I would like to start off by playing a short game. I'm going to put a logo up on the screen, and as soon as you know what it is, just yell it out. So what's this first one?
Facebook.
Twitter.
Instagram. Snapchat.
What?
Okay,
CBS.
so that you guys did that really fast. Okay, now let's try these and
Oh.
see if these go just as fast. So
CBS.
everybody know this one?
CBS.
ABC. Oh, good job, Matt.
BP.
Oh, I was gonna say Exxon.
You got it.
Microsoft.
Windows?
Windows.
Oh, that's the new
Oh.
update.
It's
MSN.
Oh.
Don't know what that is.
Oh, what the crap?
Is it?
We're supposed to know this?
Uh-huh.
It's an alcohol.
Is it?
Good job, Matt. Yes.
It's
That would be why I
Is
know
it
this.
Jaeger?
yeah.
Yeah, it's Jägermeister.
Jagger.
Most college students should know that.
Copyright.
Copy.
Copyright. So you guys got those, but not as fast.
Yeah.
So social media is used by millions across the globe and is the best way to reach mass amounts of people in a short amount of time. HistoryCooperative.org's article, The History of Social Media, Social Networking Evolution, says the first recognized social media site was called 6 Degrees and started in 1997. But because there were so few internet users at that time, it was sold just 3 short years later. As a mom of 3 adult children and 1 teenager, it astonishes me that they are unable to put their cell phones down for 5 minutes. So I thought if they were made aware of why they were on it so much, then that might help them think about it more next time they go on social media. I will show you how fear of missing out, your ego, and boredom are the 3 main subconscious characteristics that push excessive social media use. But first, let me show you this NC-17 YouTube video from Comic Relief called A Modern Dating Horror Story and see if any of you can relate.
Sarah thought she met the perfect man.
Oh no. That's a cute photo of us. Gonna be tacky.
But what she got
Oh, no, Facebook.
was the perfect nightmare.
What?
Yeah, no, not many. Social media.
Oh, this can't be happening.
Oh, no, Facebook.
Can't find him anywhere.
Yeah, no, not many. Social
How am I supposed to find pictures of his ex?
So Snapchat, WhatsApp, Facebook, he's not on anything? How does he send you a dick pic?
He doesn't. I've only ever seen his dick. In person.
Oh my god!
I took a great picture of my boobs earlier.
I made him know. What does it do? It's gonna be okay.
Is it?
They don't know what he did last summer because it's not on Facebook.
He is untraceable. He's completely off the grid. A ghost, if you will. He's not on Insta, LinkedIn, or Pinterest. And if you think he's on SnapMap, you're crazy.
I mean, the man has no digital footprint. He's never even had a MySpace.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Oh, no, Facebook.
What?
Yeah, no, not many. Social media.
You know when you like have an opinion on something, how do you voice it?
I'm not supposed to just tell it to the nearest person.
MySpace.
I think it's an actual photo of him.
Where's the comment section? How does he know if people like them? Oh my god. None of the photos have filters on them. Oh!
Get out of there, Sarah. Get out of there now.
No, it's not you, Sarah. Clearly, he is catfishing you. No. In reverse.
Christ, Sarah, do you even know what he had for lunch today?
No! I'm never gonna know. Unless I ask him.
Think about it. If you can't tag him,
Does he even exist?
Hi, guys.
okay, yeah, he exists.
Yeah, he's there.
Anti-social. Coming soon to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, Vimeo, YouTube, MySpace, Bebo, LinkedIn, Foursquare, Flickr, Periscope, WhatsApp, Tumblr, Viber, Reddit, LiveLeak, and even Google+.
So fear of missing out, or FOMO as it's known, is the first subconscious characteristic that pushes excessive social media use. Are you constantly wanting to know where your friends are? What are they doing? Who are they with? And why were you not invited? There are 3 outcomes to FOMO and social media use. Number 1, it makes you unsatisfied with what you have, questioning whether something better might come up. Number 2, it deceives you. Most people put their best self out there, so you really may not be missing out after all. And number 3, it feeds your repetitive behavior. In the article Social Media Obsession and Anxiety from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 20% of people with social media accounts cannot go more than 3 hours without checking their cell phone, and that amount is rising every year. Ego is the second subconscious characteristic that pushes excessive social media use. Psychologist Joseph Salona, along with CBS News, wrote an interesting article called "What Your Facebook Activity Says About You." They claim if you're posting negative things, then you could be craving comfort. But if you're posting about how awesome your life is, then you may be desiring approval. You may need social validation and attention if you are posting viral content that everyone is buzzing about, but bored if you're posting mundane, unimportant things. There are 4 outcomes of ego and social media use. Number 1, it feeds our obsession with ourselves. We're desiring constant praise and support. Number 2, it gives us undivided attention from an audience 24/7. Number 3, it empowers us, giving us complete control over what we post, good or bad. And number 4, it makes us compare ourselves to everyone else. Boredom is a third subconscious characteristic that pushes excessive social media use. I think this trait is the most recognizable and the easiest to change. There are 3 outcomes of boredom and social media use. 1, people have a lot more time on their hands now. Number 2, we haven't been taught other ways to pass the time. And number 3, when everyone else is on their phone, it makes it a lot harder for you to stay off yours. Today I've explained 3 subconscious characteristics that push excessive social media use, which are fear of missing out, your ego, and boredom. Even though social media addiction is not a formal clinical diagnosis, Mark D. Griffiths, along with Dr. Daria Kus, state in their article, Addicted to Social Media, that social media use for a minority of individuals is associated with anxiety, depression, loneliness, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and addiction. In conclusion, A.J. Agrawal's Forbes article titled, "It's Not All Bad, The Social Good of Social Media," states, there are still positive aspects like keeping you informed, following organizations, networking, sharing same interests, and support from others. However, social media use has led to cyberbullying, promoted cell phone use while driving, lack of family interaction, rejection of a potential job, and less productivity. So the next time you get on social media, just think about this life hack quote. 3 things you cannot recover in life: the moment after it's missed, the word after it's said, and the time after it's wasted. Thank you.